Hello everyone, I'm Farad from ECC section and in today's video we are going to talk about ethics of speaking skills. Let's first see what is ethics. Ethics or moral philosophy involves defending, recommending which is good, which is bad, and questioning the human morality by defining the concepts of good and evil, justice and crime. Principles of ethics. All parties in the communication process have ethical responsibilities. We have to maintain our credibility and reputation while presenting a speech. Ethical speakers and listeners possess attitudes and standards that pervade their character and guide their actions before, during, and after their speaking and listening. While speaking, we have to make sure we have to behave properly and without giving stay to a single person, we have to look around the people and smile. The importance of ethics. Importance of ethics. Ethical choices and apply ethics in all our lives, which guide our behavior towards making the best choices that contribute to the common good of all. Ethics tells us values, morals, benefits us, tells us what is right and what is wrong, and gives us values and the knowledge to understand the front people's mentality and what is wrong and what is good and evil. Ethics is what guides us to tell the truth, keeps our promises, or help the people in need. There is a framework of ethics underlying on our lives in daily basis, helping us to make the decisions that create positive impacts and steering us away from the unjust outcomes. Ethics guides us to make the world a better place through the choices that we make. Guidelines of ethical speaking. Make sure that our goals are ethically sounded. We have to make sure that we give everyone a chance to speak while we are speaking. Freedom should not be stopped. Freedom of speech is given to the people. Be fully prepared for each speech. Before presenting the topic in front of the people, we have to be fully prepared for their questions and we have to read audience mind before going to present any speech on the stage. Be honest in what you say. We have to be very honest. Is it a good or a bad review? We don't have to care about it. We have to be honest in what we say. Speak about topics you consider important. Choose topics important to you that you live out on a daily basis. We have to choose topics which are relevant and which are very important in our day to day life. Use truthful supporting material and valid reasoning. Keep track of your sources and be ready to be produce them. Don't make assertions you can't support or justify. We have to not make any statements which hurt people, which we can't support or which we can't justify. Avoid name calling and other forms of abusive language. We have to not stare at people and call them names while we are giving speech. And if someone does anything wrong, we have to not use any abusive language. We have to call them in private and talk to them about it later. Respect your audience time. We have to respect our audience time. In a given period of time only, we have to give our speech. Even we have to give our time to the audience to ask their questions and queries. The golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Treat each audience as member as you would like to be treated if you were in the audience. We have to be polite with our audience so that the audience is polite to us. Plagiarism. Let us see what is plagiarism. My video is gone here. Let us see what is plagiarism. The word plagiarize comes from a Latin word meaning to kidnap. To plagiarize means to present another person's language or ideas as your own. Its meaning is to steal others' ideas and to give it the name of ours. All of the following are considered as plagiarism. Turning in someone else's work as your own. We have, like in this picture, he's seeing the boy's work and thinking to make his own. Copying words or ideas from someone else without giving credits. While we are copying the ideas or words from someone else, we have to definitely give credits to that person because it's his work, not our own work. Failing to put a quotation in quotation marks. We have to remember that quotation marks are very important while forming a quotation. Giving incorrect information about the source of a quotation. We have to give appropriate information. Without the appropriate information, the audience will understand in another way. Changing words but copying the sentence structure of a source without giving credit. As we have told before, like we are changing the words and copying the sentences as same and not giving the credits to that person. Copying so many words or ideas from a source that it makes up the majority of your work, whether you give credit or not. We have to not copy so many words or ideas from a source. If we do so, we have to give the credits to that person. Plagiarism can be intentional. Speakers or writers knowingly present another person's words, ideas, or organizations as their own. They wantedly do this so that the other person feels bad about it. Unintentional. Word substitution, just changing the word but keeping the original thought and ideas. We are just changing the words, but the original and the keen idea is the same. In this picture, we can see the boy copied all the words straight from the internet. Let us see the plagiarism classification. Let us see the plagiarism classification. Global plagiarism it means taking an entire text by someone else and passing it off as your own. For example, if we get someone else to write an essay or assignment for us, if we find out text online and submit it as your own work, we are committing global plagiarism. Patchwork plagiarism. आप बहुत एडिटिंग करना है वीडियो पर. Patchwork plagiarism. It is also called as mosaic plagiarism, means copying phrases, passages, and ideas from different sources and putting them together to create a new text. This can involve slightly rephrasing the passage while keeping many of the same words and same basic structure and the original idea of it. This type of plagiarism requires more effort and is more insidious than just copying and pasting from one source. Incremental plagiarism. Incremental plagiarism is just that we are just adding some other words so that it doesn't seem to be like the idea of another person. How internet affects plagiarism. The internet and the explosion of online resources has made it easier for the students to get to those resources. It's as easy as copy and paste. People are not applying their own brains to write any essay or any stories. They are getting everything on the internet very easily. Intentional or not, plagiarism is theft. I'm going to take these ideas and use as my own. Ha ha ha. Thank you for your attention.